I started playing Destiny 2 yesterday because it was, what, fucking 10, 12 bucks on Humble Bundle with next month. And this is the second character I've made. I've skipped all the cutscenes. I've been playing for about a half hour at this point. Again. This scene epitomizes what I don't like about this game so far. This goes on. This is another recreation of the nuke scene from Modern Warfare, like, 1. But it drags. And the thing about this is, I know this is a sequel, but this is a sequel that came out on a new platform. And a sequel that was way more hyped than the original had been. Well, no, the original was pretty hyped. But there's no emotional weight for this if you'd never played the first game. I don't feel anything for this. The city means nothing to me. So the fact that it's destroyed by some enemy I've never seen before, again, means nothing to me. Having to slowly trudge through this, stopping randomly for my character to speed up a fraction more, is just time-consuming and bad. It's not a good opening section. On top of that, like, so our powers just got taken away. They just sealed, we can't see it, but they just sealed the Traveler. I know this game is older now, but there we go. We can now, we can't sprint. Still don't have our sprint. This is the fastest we can move, and we have no ammo, so we're not actually shooting, so this gun has zero purpose being on the screen other than to remind you, oh yeah, you're playing a shooter. But they just took our powers away. Now, I'm going to play until a certain point in the story, and that'll be that. It won't be long, I promise. You might hear background noise. I have it playing on my speakers. My headphones are dead, and I don't feel like unplugging my phone to plug them in. But yeah, like, I think I clocked it yesterday when I was streaming. It was like 20 minutes of cutscenes and 15 minutes of gameplay, and then you get your powers back in some contrived manner. Like, I hate it, because it would have been incredibly interesting to have a game in which you don't have your superpowers, and instead of getting all Metroided, you end up having to, like, really work at overcoming an enemy that is much more powerful than you by finding other ways of fighting. Instead of just, oh, they took our powers away for 15 minutes. Okay, well, I have my powers back. Like, now I have a new gun. That's fine. Here's some enemies. I'm gonna... Yup, that's easy enough. There's just a lot of these. A lot of these come in, and it's not really a hard fight. It's just a time-consuming fight. We have no respawn. Like, that's the biggest... I have no respawn, and I can't form a gun in my hand and shoot these guys. That's like the biggest thing that is happening right now. But a lot of them spawn in. So this is just a drawn out, weird feeling section. Because we're gonna have more of them in just a second. It's just, it feels so weird to play. The gameplay is amazing. Visuals, fantastic. Like, it's a Bungie game. Like, this game is fucking beautiful. We're gonna go cut to black and load into a new zone, because that's weird. Like, it just loads us into a new thing. So it's been 1 week since the attack. We finally have some ammo in our pistol. We're just in a new zone now. It feels so incongruous to everything else. like, there's this sad music, and it just feels so weird. This was a nice touch. I didn't see it because I was looking out over the cute mountains. Yeah, so the traveler's all fucked up. But see the snow falling there? It's a nice little nudge towards you need to go this way in case you lose the falcon. Those mountains are cute. Those are photorealistic. That might just be a fucking JPEG. Is there movement on the... Okay, yeah, that's not a JPEG. But yeah, so the travelers had the light sealed, which means that we no longer have our guardian powers, which just means that we lost the ability to revive and form up whatever our power was, like the Captain America shield for the Titans, or staff, I think it was, for the... I haven't played a Warlock. And the golden gun for the hunters. Here we go again. There's more of them. And one of the Red Legion now. I don't particularly find this enemy interesting. And the naming conventions for a lot of them are kind of bad, because I don't... Like, we're gonna see one, and I don't know who they are. Because they're bugs, but they're not the Hive. I think they're the Fallen, but they might be the Taken. But they also might be the Vex? Because Vex sounds like a good bug name, but the Hive is like the quintessential bug name, but I think they're the Fallen, even though they look like bugs. I'm very confused by naming conventions in this game. I'll get used to them, though. That's not the game's fault. Let's see, I didn't walk over this last time because I figured it would be a trap. It was not, although it kind of was. Oh, and you can't double jump. That's the other thing you can't do while powerless. You can't sprint. This is your sprint. Your sprint is that. It's a very, very short burst. Oh, I fell. Oh, no. You can't make that. Well, you might be able to make that jump, but I haven't so far. Should I just skip the cutscenes? I don't...
Oh, look. Somebody left a perfectly good guardian lying around. Things must be worse than I thought. And that's our cue. Time to go, people!
But wait. Where are you all going?
As far away from here as possible.
That falcon, it belongs to you?
The name's Hawthorne, and this is Lewis. Best pilot we got. What about you? Fit to fly? Probably gonna need one of these, too. Time to make yourself useful, Guardian. All right, people, spin 'em up! Got a long flight ahead of us!
Do you see, traveler, all that I have done? Grace me with your light. Take your place at the center of my empire. See me, and the Red Legion will be your true guardians.
Dominus, the city is secure. Those who fled are being hunted, and those foolish enough to remain have been executed. Victory, as with all things, is yours to claim.
This victory is as much yours as mine, old friend.
All that remains is the completion of the cage around this great machine. Then we may begin the extraction of its power, and put it to its rightful use.
They call it the Traveler.
I would contend that other civilizations may be more precise in their naming. Its functions can be controlled and exploited, as we have so clearly proven.
Yet they believe it to be a god.
Dominus. Gaul. We have spent our lives, you and I, working to reshape our society, reforge our people, rebuild an empire nearly destroyed by Callus's greed and corruption. There is nothing in this universe greater than you. The Red Legion will have that machine's power. You will be called Emperor. What more would the Dominus have?
I would have words with my guest. So, you're the one who speaks for the Traveler.
Those cutscenes feel like they end really weirdly. Like, Bungie didn't know how to have an out on them, so they just cut to a symbol and then
Coming up on
away.
the European Dead Zone. Gonna be our new home for a while.
Look, do you recognize it? That's where we're supposed to go.
That thing? They call it the Shard of the Traveler. I call it not a place you want to go poking around.
Okay. So I have to quickly run around, talk to a couple people, then I can do the mission. I think actually I can do the mission without doing that. I'm not sure. Yep. Come on, load in. I played the cutscenes. Why didn't you load in the background? Yeah, I have to go talk to this person over here.
They will
Hey.
win. Oh. I'm glad to see you safe.
Thank you. Bye. See ya.
Hi. Thank you.
So, let's that really quickly. Don't have anything else yet.
There is work to do.
Just what we have.
Let's get moving, shall
We
we?
lost light. We're lost light. We don't have our powers. So we're utterly useless. Like, we're the only Guardian who's not utterly useless compared to all the NPC Guardians who get fucking murked immediately upon losing their powers.
Ooh. Lot of civilization. For me, at least. Of course.
Alright, so we get
I've
all
been
this
living
stuff.
outside the city half my life. So,
Oh wait, that costs me Glimmer.
anyway, heard you want to go poke around that busted up hunk of
Glimmer's
travel.
account wide. Okay, didn't know. That's weird.
Guardian. Oh, Guardian. Check it out. Did you have
I
some planned
bought
stuff to
a
talk
different gun. Okay, cool. Now, where do I go now? I don't care about any of this stuff. Please just let me. Oh yeah, I go to the ship. Yeah, that's it. Go take the ship. Nope, that's not what I. Oh yeah, director. Yeah. Weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the only selectable mission, so it doesn't even bring up the map. I am now used to not being this early in things. Also, I'm just not used to this game. I don't like the way they do their star map. I actually prefer Warframes. For once. I hate Warframe star map most of the time. But I actually prefer that over this. But this is cool, like, cool little loading animations and stuff. I like it. But I have found no compelling reason to continue playing past where I got to, which was I got to Titan
we have
did the first like set of story missions to finish unlocking
Yeah,
the stuff on
assignment says
Titan, and then I was
dead
like,
zone.
I guess I'm done because I do not care about these characters in any way. Like, none of them have been endearing for me, and the story has been so contrived and just, here we go. I just don't care. Yeah, respawning restriction. I know it's been there since I lost powers,
You know,
like
I've been all
15
over
minutes
the
ago.
Charming enough. I
So,
mean, nothing
yeah,
says
we're just
come
gonna
visit
go
like a
through this
dark haunted
zone
forest.
and then be done.
but non-guardians.
That's
aren't
it.
supposed
That's
to
the
leave
entire
city.
thing. At least we have a sprint
Here's the
again.
thing
That's
about
nice.
city rules. They stop
I
applying once you leave the
honestly
city.
really
Nobody goes
just
farther
that
than
opening
Least nobody
crawl
wants to
of
come
not
back.
being able to like do anything but just kind of stumble forward for a few minutes really set the tone for me and kind of, I think, jaded me on this game immediately. But the fact that we are 16 minutes into this video now, that's it. I might be a couple seconds more because I might have had like a few seconds of not doing or saying anything right at the beginning, that I edit out or whatever. But you know,
Let me know when you reach the
we're 16 minutes into this and we're about to get our powers back again.
Signal's dead.
What was the... There's no emotional weight to that. You don't have your powers for shorter than... Yeah, that's the... Oh, which one they are.
You're under attack.
Just easier to melee them. Oh. Top break. I like that. I like top break guns. They're just cool. Oh yeah, we can't even double jump until we get our powers back.
Those things were the Fallen.
Fallen, okay.
Scavengers from another world.
There's the Fallen, the
They
Taken,
worship machines.
the Hive, the Vex, the Red Legion, and... I think... I'm not sure if that's it or not, because I don't know if I've run into any more. I only know the Taken because I've seen stuff from the Taken King. Outside of that... Yeah, Pariah I did not like, and it'll replace my fucking pistol here, and I like this pistol. So... Or revolver, not pistol.
The Shard of the Traveler. This is it. Right out of our vision.
We're just gonna continue through, fight a few more enemies, and then we're gonna get to that shard to get our powers back, and then woo, we're done. Like, there goes any emotional weight that opening had, because we immediately get our shit back. Also, can I talk about the fact that we're coming into, I know this is Earth, so it's ours, or whatever, but apparently we've been living in the last city for a long fucking time. So, these Fallen have been here for a while, right? So the fact that we're just coming here and murdering them immediately, when they were apparently no threat that I could see, yeah, what is happening? Like, we're just coming through and just killing all of them. But I'm not sure, like, that they were actually a threat. We just came here and started shooting, so... Uh-oh. I guess time to fight? Like, there's nothing compelling about this opening. At least for somebody who is, for me, who has not played this game, but has played similar games to Destiny. Oh, we picked up another revolver. Like, there's nothing compelling about this. Visually, stunning. Audio is fantastic. Like, the game plays really well. It's a Bungie game. It's a very good shooter. Other than that, like, there's nothing compelling about the story. Like, I kind of think the villain's right. Like, the villain's entire thing, like, when he kicks your ass and throws you off the ship, and then we got to where I started recording, After he takes away your powers, you're useless. Like, your entire force, like, look, they're running away. Your entire force functions on that, on the fucking, use of these powers granted you by this big orb, so that you can fight. But outside of that, like, you lose before you even lose your powers, because, like, he shows up and is just like, alright, so I'm gonna take away, like, because the game pretty much opens up with cutscene of, oh, hey, there's something weird, there's no satellites left, and all of a sudden, like, the base for the Guardians or whatever gets fucking wrecked. And that's how the game opens, basically. So, before the powers are even taken away, we still get our asses handed to us. So, the dude's entire point is, hey, without your powers, you are literally nothing. And he's kind of not wrong. Like, he's like, you're undisciplined and weak. And it's like, yeah, no, like, they obviously are, because they fucking just kind of rested enough and got complacent to the point to where the Earth got attacked and immediately overrun. So I don't even, like, feel sympathy for the characters in this of, like, they tried. Ooh, stay away. That sounds cool.
Scared them away. Take me to the shard.
22 frost damage. 21, yep. But yeah. Oh.
This is why we were led here. I haven't been this close to the Traveler's Light since... Do you feel it? Hold on to your helmet. Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.
Oh, we were the only one who could do it. We're the chosen Guardian. Not the millions of players. Arc Strider, Hunter Sub. Okay. Don't know anything about this one, so we'll test it out, I guess. But yeah, we have our powers back. 23 minutes total, so even half of what I thought it was. I thought it was like 45 minutes before we'd get our shit back. Nope, 23. Oh, I thought this was the staff that the Warlock got in the first section. Weird. That feels like not a hunter weapon. Like, that feels like a WoW hunter thing, but not even. I don't know, just, like, I came into this game already being super down on it, so I'm not, like, saying I'm some objective voice on this, but just from a writing standpoint, which was apparently, like, the big issue with the first one, what? I hit F. F to pay respects. But, like, from what I understand, the writing was non-existent in the first one, and this one just seems bad. Like, it just seems like it's poorly written and kind of bad. I don't know, like, I don't find anything compelling, and for an MMO story, like, I need something. I really need something here, and I'm not feeling it. Like, even with the fact that I would probably very happily play a lot of the time, like, I just don't feel anything for this game, which, you know, it's on me, I guess. But yeah, that's the time it takes to get your powers back, and taking them away has 0 impact. Like, it's 20 minutes. You spend 20 minutes without your powers. You have 2 fights. There's 2, well, and plus the fight on the way. So 3 fights, really, before you get them back. A game in which you had to struggle and learn and adapt without the powers, and then the end game is getting those back, and then you can, like, then the final boss, and then the raids and everything else, would have been so much more interesting to see. It would have been so much more enjoyable and new compared to, oh, we Metroided you, but we Metroided you in 20 minutes instead of over the course of an entire game. There's nothing compelling here for me. And I know it worked out for a lot of people, but I also feel like this game died very quickly, and the fact that it's $12 on the Humble store, or on the Humble Monthly this month, or for, I guess, next month, kind of speaks to the fact that this game's community dried up pretty quick in, like, a major way. I was talking about it on Twitter with some people a couple weeks ago. Like, the hype around this game went from 100 to -10 in a few months. Like, the first DLC came out, and then I stopped hearing about this game at all. I didn't know the second DLC even came out, or was announced or anything. Like, I knew that they had said that they were planning on 3 pieces of DLC. I didn't know that the second one, until I downloaded this game, didn't know what was happening. And I listened to pretty much every major gaming podcast. Like, I had friends who were super into this, and no one knew. It feels like this game shot itself so hard in the foot that it just won't recover. And going through and playing it now, I kind of see why. Like, there's nothing compelling here unless you're just looking for a shooter, which I have Doom and Titanfall and a million other games that I can play with compelling stories. Like, Doom's story was sparse, but actually really fantastic, and Titanfall was just a really good shooter campaign. The grind and everything else is not something I want to add on top of that unless there's something compelling to it. So yeah, I'll probably play this off and on. If some friends of mine pick it up or something, I'll play it with them, but I don't think I'm going to be spending much time with Destiny 2, and that kind of sucks, because even I bought into the hype for it for a little while until after it came out, and I was like, oh, like, the first thing that immediately broke my hype was, oh, so they don't allow actual game recording. Because they don't. I'm having to screen record because you can't have anything that hooks into the game. It just doesn't work. Which was, like, my first big turn-off during the beta. And then when it came out, the bans around that stuff and everything else that happened, and them denying that that was why people were getting banned, and then going, oh shit, yeah, no, wait, we made a mistake and we were banning people for doing that. It just seems like it was a disorganized mess in the beginning, and now seems like a, like, mediocre to subpar package in the end. So yeah, I'm definitely not buying the DLC. Anyway, yeah, that's my hot take on a 1.5 old game, or whenever this came out. I don't think it's great. I think the shooting's great, and that's about all it has, and that's the same defense that was used for the first game, so maybe they need to look and see what the fuck else they're doing. Anyway, yeah, have a nice night, everybody. I'll see you.